This is on the list. We're a movie nonsense podcast. I'm your host, Nick. That's Dovey.
Hello.
And our producer, Jenny, Kay. I don't know. I forget these days.
Jen is fine.
That's the most Jenny's fine. Like you're about to cry. Oh, oh God. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, this is on the list. We're going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about some stuff that we've been watching recently, some stuff coming up, and just pick apart our watch list a bit and have a bit of fun with this. So yeah, let's get right into it. Um, so okay, Dovey, you and we've known each other a while now. We've watched a lot of movies. Horror tends to be a bit of a thing for us. And look, let's just let's world's first it right now on the list. It's not world's first, by the way. I read this on Google. Scary Movie. It's back. Scary Movie 6. It's coming. 2026. The Wayland brothers are coming back. Anna Faris, Regina Hall. They're coming back. Thoughts? What do we think?
I am so excited.
Yeah.
That's it. Do, that's it. And no, do you remember when we watched the first 3 scary movies, I think, was it? Like
Yeah,
back
we
to
would.
back?
Yeah, I do. I do vaguely remember. I don't think we got through them all, did we?
No, we definitely stopped at 3.
Yeah.
Because if we did watch 4, then I've seen it multiple times now and still don't remember it because it's bad.
Yeah. I just remember the Dr. Phil bit, man. That's all I remember. And Charlie
Was that
Sheen with an
4?
erection. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay.
It's like Shaq and Dr. Phil, and then halfway through the
In the
movie,
Saw.
yeah, and then halfway through the
Yeah.
movie, Charlie Sheen has like an erection and falls off his balcony.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It's
that's about
not.
what I remember. It's
No.
not.
One,
It's not very good.
1, 2, and 3 are so good.
Yeah,
And those two, like Anna Faris and
Regina Hall.
Regina Hall,
Yeah.
they're so good in it. I want them to bring back fucking what's his name? It's Shorty, but I don't know his actor's name.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
But if they bring him back too, I think it will legitimately be a good one. But like I hope it's not like, granted I haven't seen the Naked Gun one,
Yeah,
but I don't think it'll be similar cuz I'm not expecting that one to be great because I think we talked about this last time, but I don't think like the Naked Gun works without
Leslie Nielsen.
yeah, like I don't think
Yeah,
that works without him. Whereas Scary Movie can work. It's just those 3 people are the ones that they don't carry a lot of the jokes, but they add to the jokes so well.
I find it so interesting too because like parody horror comedy, that sort of subgenre, like it feels like such a relic. Like it feels like the 2000s.
Yeah.
And I just I don't like call it worry. I don't know how a scary movie is going to go in 2026. Like regardless of, it being brought up to today's standards of like what is funny in the world and all this sort of stuff. And like yes, I'm glad that like all of these historic scary movie personalities are attached, but I'll watch it. I think it'll be probably pretty shit and then I'll forget about it. Like, I don't know, yeah, like, to your point, I didn't expect to get a Naked Gun reboot in 2025, and yet here we are. And
Yeah.
for all I know, it's good, but I can't say that I've, like, necessarily wanted it, you know?
Yeah, and I think if you look at even like Happy Gilmore 2, which I haven't seen
Yeah.
yet, but I've seen like bits
It's
and pieces
bad,
of
man.
it.
It's bad.
It's bad, but like that one I think is more like about the cameos and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think if they kind of lean into that and don't do like I think what it is with the later scary movies, and granted I haven't seen them for a long time, so I could be misremembering, but they tried to do like too many jokes and
Mm.
trying to like jam things that just like the Charlie Sheen erection thing. Like they just like
Yeah,
jam it
yeah.
in there and it doesn't feel like natural yet. Whereas the
Yeah.
first couple, especially the first one, like all the jokes are like relevant to what's happening in the story at the time as well.
Yeah, totally.
And I
Also,
think
like
that's what sells them.
yeah, totally. I think it's like yeah, I don't know, there's a certain, like, absurdity to just that sort of parody movie that I don't know, it worked back then, and I'm just not convinced that it'll work today, mostly because we haven't seen it, and I think, like, if anything, like, I think movies like Naked Gun getting rebooted are a good test bed for that, and I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see, like, I think it's good who's attached to it, like, if they can somehow recreate, like, that feeling of Scary Movie 1 to 3, even White Chicks, like, that sort of, like I don't know, there's just, like there's a bond between everybody on set and they're all just having fun with it and like they're not I don't know they're taking the piss to a point but they almost believe it as well and that, I think that's I think what makes it work. Um, yeah, no, it'll hopefully be good, at least a bit of fun. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I'm
Anyway,
hoping they do well.
yeah, I'm hoping they do well too. But we're not here to talk about Scary Movie. But there's some world's first insight into Scary Movie 6 coming from on the list. It's not world's first, guys. So we both watched Weapons recently. This is Zach Krieger's new movie, Barbarian alumni, and yeah, I want to take this straight over to you to get your vibe on it because you watched it more recently than me, and then yeah, there's a couple of things I want to pick apart, but yeah, why let's just get the high level read from Udo.
It's so good. It's so okay, and I will say I know this was the one that like Jordan Peele fired his team for like not winning the bid on this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And holy shit, after you see it, if you didn't know like who did it or anything about that and you've just seen other Jordan Peele movies, it fits in his whole like directing style. Like it fits so well and it's so good. There are some things that I think could have been it's kind of weird cuz like it is a great movie as is. But I think some little tweaks on like explaining things and like obviously
Mm,
spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, you should
mhm.
before listening to this. But so like the big thing that when we were after we finished watching it was it wasn't exactly clear, or at least we didn't get it, that she was like draining the life force of the kids.
Yeah, yeah, to like get healthy again or whatever.
Yeah, to get
Yeah, yeah,
healthier. Like I
yeah,
kind of figured it would like when it showed her in the basement when the archer, the dad went down and he was
yeah,
like looking for his son and then like she attacked him.
yeah.
If like right there they showed the like her like either eating one of the kids or like
Mm.
showing like her draining them or something to kind of like show that, I think that actually would have went a long way because if you just kind of watch it, it's kind of just like cool. She puts all the kids in the basement and then they just kind of sit there.
Yeah, like so basically Weapons is that this lady is I don't know what you call her, like
It's voodoo.
she's voodoo using magic, all this sort of stuff to basically like I guess it's not brainwashing. It's like just control these kids, bring them into a single place, and then she kind of siphons life out of them, and then she's basically on this journey to like get healthier. At least that's the kind of thing I was pulling away from it. And I think like to your point, like I do think that some of it doesn't really, what's the word, there's some glue missing with all of these different pieces to kind of make it
Yeah.
all into a really seamless image. And I think like for the most part I don't really have a problem with that. I I really like Zach Krieger's direction in this movie. I think I like it a lot more than Barbarian too. Um, I forget. Have you seen Barbarian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like there's a certain playfulness with these movies. You they're like they're comedy horrors. Like they are more horror, I guess, but also like you'll just outright laugh throughout this movie, and Weapons is no exception to that. Um, but yeah, like I think for me, the most memorable parts of this were probably Josh Brolin. Like the bit where he's just wrestling people in the house, and they just keep coming at
He
him
just,
because, like,
dude, the
I'm like,
druggy guy, he like
dude, it's
throws him
just
over.
so funny. It's so funny, and it's just like you kind of forget for a moment that like they're stuck in this house and they're kind of fighting for their life, and it's like literally life or death. But you forget about that because Josh is literally throwing this druggy kid across the room. He just keeps getting up and he's just smashing him into every single thing like around him. And yeah, I don't know. There's definitely a certain level of playfulness to these movies. Um, it was yeah. It's just like overall, I really enjoyed it. I think for me, I wasn't a big fan of the I don't know how to describe it other than like the anthology approach, where you kind of like you
The
get told this.
chapters.
Yeah, the chapters. Thank you. That makes more sense. It's like you get to see. All right, let's see the perspective of this kid. Let's see the perspective of this lady. Let's see the druggie. Blah blah blah. And you're kind of reliving that same day. Not to say I didn't like it, and I actually think it served it quite well, but it did feel like it dragged on a little bit in the middle, just because you are reliving the
I think
same
I think there's
thing.
too many people that you're looking
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
Because it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
also like weirdly a long movie.
I think like yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you, and I think for me the length is just it's made even like the bloat. It feels bloated, I guess a little bit
Yeah,
to a
I
point.
could say that. It does have a runtime of only 2 hours 8 minutes, which I thought was longer.
Yeah, yeah, totally, totally. I think also by the end of it, because it does like and this depending on who you ask, I don't really like this in movies, but when the movie has to explain itself to you, and it basically tells you exactly what's going on to the key, like to the T, and you're like, I get it. Like I put all the pieces together and I understand it. I don't need you to kind of like spell it out for me. And like this movie doesn't do it as bad as some others, but it's still like it's basically showing you exactly what you've seen for the last hour and a half in that final 30 minutes. And then it kind of like ends on a real capstone, which is, you know, her running for her life. And it's hilarious. But
Yeah,
it's so funny, like just
it's
those
so
kids
good.
just pouring through this neighborhood,
Plowing
through
through
this
the
house,
windows.
just chasing this lady. It's so funny. Um, but okay, so question for you, because I was like, when this scene happened, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it's the machine gun above the
Yeah,
house in Josh Brolin characters, like he's basically he's sleeping on his son's bed. His son is one of the ones that has been taken by this old lady and whereabouts unknown. And Josh Brolin's character has like this kind of dreamlike episode where he's like reliving the event of his kid leaving the house, and then kind of circles back around to coming back in the house, and then he gets spooked. and there's this big reveal of like this M4 carbine rifle just above the house with like I think it's like 217 or whatever the time is, just
Mhm.
planted on it, and it just sits there, and you're just like, what? And then he wakes up, and you're like, okay, and then like beautifully, Josh is like, what the fuck? And you're just like,
Yeah.
me in the cinema, I'm the exact same. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? And then it just kind of continues. But like, yeah, I don't know. What did you feel when that scene happened?
The same.
Yeah.
So to like what I thought was gonna happen is I thought there was going to be some relevance with like the kid and the weapon.
Yeah.
And then especially like it showing the 217. So I watched a like ending explained video recently
Okay.
that was like talking about it, and apparently it's kind of weird because on one hand the director said like everything in the movie is like not political in any way, like it's he goes on, we can talk about later, but it's like the stages of grieving.
Yeah.
And but with that one he said it's not political, but then the person whose video it was saying that there was a vote for like gun control,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they were going to strict that, and then it was like it was 213 were against it and 217 were for it, and
Yeah.
they were like that was the only thing that they could like pin it to, because
Yeah. Yeah.
it does not make any sense in the movie at all, because there's no mention of like a gun in any sort, and there's no mention of like there's no other relevance of 217 other than that's when she rang the bell to get the kids to go to the house. That's like there's
Yeah.
and even then it wasn't like she waited for 217. She got like all the nameplates, she was doing the spell, and then she just happened to ring the bell at 217. Or at least they don't show any like she didn't wait for that time, or she didn't say like, oh, we need to wait for this exact moment. Like to me the whole 217 is like irrelevant, and maybe we just missed the point
Yeah.
of it, but it just seemed very irrelevant.
I think yeah, I tend to agree. I think as I've thought about it as well. Like I also read the thing about the 217 vote bill or whatever it was for gun control. I read that. I was like, I don't like
It's
that's
weird.
that's incredibly specific for them to say that it's not it. You know,
Yeah.
like I call it a coincidence. Like maybe it's not a coincidence to the point where they are aware that that is a thing and that like informed them a little bit, but they're also like, no, 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 this isn't a political thing, guys. Don't worry. But also like, I don't know. It's like it's too exact to be a
Well,
coincidence. I think a little bit.
and I don't think he's I'm gonna Google this really quick as well, because I don't think he's said what the relevance is.
Yeah. Well, I
So
think
it's like
I remember.
we kind of have to put it together.
Yeah, I remember reading an interview with him, and he was saying that like I think something along the lines of like even he doesn't understand what it is. like it's just
Well,
kind of
he,
it's a thing.
he did say that with the title. He just like I kind of
Right.
like just those one word sort of vague, but once you've
Yeah.
seen it, you kind of get it. So like I get it for the title, but it's and
Yeah.
maybe it is something similar where he just picked a time, but then like it's
But
also I don't know, it's just kind of
I think
weird.
I think for me, when I think back on that scene, and if I were to watch it again within the scope of the movie as I understand it, I think the time is irrelevant. It just happens to be 217. That's the time that it is. I think this floating image of the gun is just kind of it's your through line to this idea that the children have become weapons and a gun is a weapon. That's that. And I think it's like, you know, this is all happening within the container of a dream, right? So it's like, how you process that information as the character in that moment is like, oh shit, I don't know what this means because I'm stuck in a dream. And also for me watching the movie, I also don't know what it means directly, but I can put two and two together that the movie is called Weapons. By the end of it, I discover that these children are being conditioned to be weapons, and that's that. And I think for me, that is fundamentally what it is. It's just there's a weapon on screen. Guess what? These kids are weapons. Cool. That's it. And it just so happens to coincide with the time 217, which also coincides with a bill in real life. Like,
How many
I
kids
think that's pretty
disappeared?
much it.
It was a whole class. It wasn't like 17, if
Yeah,
that's what
no, it was
you're.
like, yeah, it was the whole class except for that one kid that was like where they were all going towards his house or whatever. I can't remember exactly how many there were, but I don't. Yeah, I just like I do think that it's like it's kind of a bit of a red herring, and I've noticed that like that was my biggest question coming out of the movie. It was like, what was that? And then I've like read things. I'm like, okay, maybe it's actually not as like not as integral or important or profound as I think it is, because like how it's presented is like, oh wow, this is like a 200 IQ sort of understanding thing right now. But I don't think it is. I think it's just I think it's a lot simpler than that. So
I
So
yeah,
they,
that
Google
was like
search. I just Google search.
y-
17 children disappeared.
yeah, so it was 17. I
right.
want
Well,
to say
where's the
though
two?
that's more of a like, hey, let's just make it 17. I don't think it's
Cause I'm reading up.
relevant.
Someone else mentioned saying like the two survivors of the classroom is Alex and the teacher, but
Oh, true.
17 kids disappeared. 217.
Oh, okay.
And then I also read
But
Yeah.
somewhere
I
else that the director made a nod homage to Stephen King, The Shining, because the door where Danny sees the first ghost is 217, even though it's changed in the movie adapt. I think that's kind of a stretch because it's not really confirmed. Um, just a thought.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I think that could be it, like the to survive 17 kids sort of thing. But I
That
think
makes
that's
more
kind of like
sense.
it. Yeah, like it's just the in-universe thing, and I don't think it's as much of a reference to like anything outside of the movie itself. I did think that like when they showed the weapon too, that the dad was going to be like a vet and
Mm.
maybe something
Yeah,
along
they're
those
tying it into
lines.
his like backstory or something.
Yeah, but if he
Yeah.
was, I missed. I missed
I
it.
don't think yeah, I don't think he was, like, I think he's presented as the carpenter, right? And, like,
Yeah,
I think, like, I think out of any of these characters that you got to see their little a day in the life of sort of moment, I think for me, his was probably the most, like, interesting overall. The druggie was so funny, like,
the
that
Truggies was
was
good,
just that was hilarious, like, when he's looting the house too, and he finds
and the
the
parent.
willow tape, and, like, the parents are just
Oh,
watching, and he
that
finds that willow tape, and he's like, "Oh, fuck, willow, fuck yeah," and he, like, puts it in,
hell
and then he
yeah,
gets spooked. Apparently, that was, like, completely improv, and it wasn't in the
nice.
script. And I was like,
That's
"That's
good.
incredible." Like, you just like you're on set, you just see like this willow tape, and then you're like, "Oh fuck yeah." And you just put it in your bag and then you keep going. Um, it really reminded me that moment, and I think like it's pretty clear like where the inspiration comes from. That that middle part of Barbarian with Justin Long's character where he's like, this guy is an absolute dirtbag. Like his life's crumbling around him. He's going out to Detroit to go to his like Airbnb thing, and then he's discovering all this stuff. And then he discovers his basement and that there's like more to the floor plan that he didn't know about. And it's like you're like, "Okay, where's this going?" And then he starts measuring it up, and he's so excited about making more money, and it's so funny, and it's just like, if that also felt improv. Like, I don't know that it was, but to me, the moment with this druggie and he's like looting this family home and he finds this tape of Willow and he's like genuinely excited about this DVD that has no value at a pawn shop. And he's like, yes,
He's
I
like,
am
hell
taking
yeah.
this. Yeah. And it's just like, it's the same thing. Like, it's just like, what possesses you to go into your home that you rent out as a holiday house, and there's clearly been this like rushed departure of somebody there, all their belongings are there, and you're like, what the hell's going on? And then you go into like realtor mode, and you're like, oh shit,
I
I
make
can
more money.
I can bump up the price by $200. And then he finds the tunnel going down, man. Like, I know this isn't a Barbarian podcast, but that is so funny. And it's just like, what the fuck am I watching? That's what I love about this guy's movies. Like, they're just, and I've said it before, but they're just so playful. Like, you don't really know what you're gonna get. Maybe now you do, because he's kind of got a recipe going on. Like, you can kind of expect out of a Zach Cregger movie that you're gonna get good horror undertones, like a pretty decent horror through line, but then it's gonna be littered with these like just really strong characters with a lot of comedic qualities. And I think that that's just it's just so infectious to watch. Like it's fun, I think,
To
which
be
is
fair,
really
I think
cool.
he can carry that into Resident Evil 2 really well.
Dude. Okay, so as soon as I learned that he was making the next Resident Evil movie, I was like, like just a weight off my shoulders. It's just like, thank God. It's
You know
like
what?
that
You know what
there's
sucks?
a chance.
I still love the original Resident Evil movie.
Okay, Resident Evil 1 is good. Resident Evil 1 is good.
It's
From
still
there,
questionable on like good, but I love it.
no, okay, it's good trash. It's good trash.
Yes, yeah.
And then, like, say what you will about 2, but I think as soon as you go on from there, it's just it is dribble, man. Like
Yeah.
just no good. But yeah, like I'm super excited for that Resident Evil movie. Do you know kind of like what the plot is there?
It's gonna be a completely new story,
Yeah.
and unless they do like a little cameo thing, it's not gonna have like Leon or any
Yeah.
established. So I don't know outside of that.
I was reading this thing, and for those of you watching at home, I am looking at my phone right now, sorry. So Resident Evil, Zach Cregger, 2026, described as a reboot that won't retell a story from the game series, but will return to the franchise's suspense and horror roots and be more faithful to the spirit of the early games. Bro, you could not say something that is more music to any Resident Evil gamer's ears. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
The only thing I think that people will complain is because like everyone loves Leon. So
sure,
that's
okay.
like
But
it.
like, okay, but like, what if what if this new character, I don't know what he's going to be called, but let's just say that this new character, what if he's just kind of like you know a different
Like just a
portrayal of,
random. Oh,
no, no, just like it's not Leon, but you have the same core qualities of the Leon character in this new character. Like, I think that'll do it justice, and I think that's probably good because then you're not tying it directly to such an established figure in that world, especially in the game sense. Like, he, he's not as explored in the movies as well, but like in the game at
forget
least, like,
I forget
yeah,
who was where I read it from, but I read something that was like the reason they're kind of also like even the Resident Evil franchise as a whole is going away from Leon is because they want the characters in the universe to also like be scared, and because Leon
yeah.
has like gone through so much, nothing is going to phase him anymore. So like
Well, it's almost
you
like he has
can't
plot
scare
armor
him.
too, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like you can't scare him to the point that you can't kill him. Like
Yeah.
you actually can't at this point. It like and like I don't think that's any different to Chris or you know Jill or like any of them. Like, you can't really kill off these
The big ones.
main, yeah, like you can't. And there's so many of them now that I think like if you are to do a movie adaptation, especially this upcoming one, I think it's in their best interest to just be like, all right, we're gonna respect what's come before, but we're gonna we're gonna do new character, new story. I assume it's in Raccoon City. I don't know, but
I don't know.
that that would be my guess if they're talking about like bringing it back to its horror roots and that sort of thing. Unless they go the mansion, but like I don't
Well,
know how like I don't know how they can tie it in.
the you were because you were reading the letterbox thing, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
I don't
the
think it
the
says it here.
ending, well, the ending of that says the film will follow one central protagonist from point A to point B as they descend
Yeah.
deeper into hell. Obviously, I don't think they're going into hell, but I don't
No,
think
yeah.
it's going to be like a one location like the mansion or something like that.
No, I don't think so. Like I could see it like I don't know, in my head I see something similar to like you're in a raccoon city, there's this outbreak or whatever, and then you're descending into hell, Umbrella Corp, whatever, and
Yeah.
you're kind of following that through line. Like I think that's a really well tested
Well, that's what the
method
first one
for
was.
one
Well,
of
the
those.
first okay, the first
Yeah.
one was that inverted. You actually
Yeah,
started at
yeah,
the
yeah.
bottom of Umbrella,
And you're
and
coming up.
then that's when you had the Red Queen and everything was on lockdown, and then you had to reboot her, which reset the lockdown, and then it was them getting back out.
Yeah.
So it says
Ah
here
man, I'm
that Zach
excited.
is going to set the movie in Raccoon City.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I think like yeah, like everything that's out in the world about this project is a yes
Is
from me,
good.
man. like it's a complete and resounding yes. And like just let him cook. Like I think look, and this is actually a really good segue. Like is there anything else you want to talk about with weapons before we move on? Other than good
Oh,
movie?
the
Yeah.
this is kind of also a question to you,
Okay.
because
Okay.
I am assuming you've seen Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
The movie.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have to
yeah.
ask
Yeah.
because
Hey,
sometimes
hey,
you're gonna be like, no, what's that?
all right,
Uh,
listen, for all of you following at home, I have a historically massive watch list of movies to get through, and I watch a lot already, but
it's
there is
it's
some stuff on there.
875 movies,
Listen, and it's growing by the day.
but
And
who's
I
counting?
but who's counting, baby? It's not like there's a tracker somewhere on a website that I'm updating daily. Anyway, ask your question. I have seen Blair Witch.
Okay, so it was the same Ending Explained movie that I watched that was calling out the kid standing in the basement,
Mm,
sort of staring, as like he called it Blair Witching,
okay.
which for anyone who hasn't seen Blair Witch, I guess, the ending of it, which is like all of the relevant information, is how it works is the Blair Witch will kill you or whatever if you look at her. So what people do is they stand in the corner so that they
Yeah.
can't see it. To me, like, do you think that that is a callback to Blair Witch, or yeah, okay,
No,
because
I
it
don't.
just
I think look, okay. ho- Horror, anything really, is inspired by what has come before it. Okay?
yeah,
And I think that is the case with this movie. There is a lot on display that you can be like, "Oh yeah, that's this thing," or "That's a nod to this thing." Like we were talking about it earlier with like Stephen King, Room 217, like all this sort of stuff. Like there's so much coincidence in the world of just creative media that I think you do have to kind of just take an objective lens to it sometimes and be like, is this just a coincidence? Or does Zach Krieger actually love this thing so much that he's doing a direct nod to it? Maybe. I think for me, the reason that I don't think that it is a direct nod to Blair Witch or that concept of like don't look at the thing that is gonna, do bad to you is because those aren't the rules within weapons.
yeah,
Like there's no not there's no single moment where it's like, "Don't look at the old lady, otherwise you're going to be ill-fated." Like, none of that exists. Now, could it be simply that it's like, Zach Krieger in his more formative years watched Blair Witch and was like, "This is an incredible found footage film. Holy crap. I really loved this moment as well," like, and how that tied it all together? Yeah, maybe, and he decided to bring that into his movie in 2025? Sure, maybe. To me, I think that's coincidence. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a stretch.
Yeah. It was yeah, it's just because a lot of it's kinda what you were saying, a lot of people, like, try to put like, basically anything happens, and like, "Oh, that's pulling reference from this, and that's pulling reference from
Yeah,
that." Because they even mentioned, like, when the druggie had the tent in the woods, and he's like, "Oh, it's
yeah.
another callback to Blair Witch," and it's like, have
No, I
have
think
you
he
been
took the
around a
drug.
city with, like, druggies? Because they live
I
in
was gonna
tents
say,
in the woods.
go to downtown Vancouver and go to West
You'll see
Hastings,
them.
and you can go to any parks, man, and you'll see them. You'll see them. Um, I love Vancouver, by the way. The the thing the thing with stuff like that is like, that is just so obvious to me that you're pulling at anything to try and make it connect to something. It's like sometimes these things like this is just like it's a really basic idea of like, oh, this guy is a druggie and he's homeless, and guess what? He lives in a tent in the woods. There's nothing you need to read into that. That makes sense. So yeah, no, I don't buy the Blair Witch comparisons. But look, hey, Zach, if you're watching this podcast, which I know that you're not, but maybe,
One day.
yeah, just drop us a line. Maybe we can get some juicy behind the scenes to our listeners. Okay, one last thing with fucking weapons actually. That Naruto run, man, killed
It was
me
so good.
every single time. I'm like, what? Why are they running like this? And then fucking Benedict Wong's character, man, and he's like just covered in blood, and he's got like the
His
perfectly
eyes, dude.
wide eyes. I'm like, oh my god, you're terrifying. And he's just doing this Naruto run across town to get to this character. I'm just like, this is incredible. Like, what is this? Yeah,
That
no.
also that was probably like, I don't know if you expected him to get hit by the vehicle,
No.
but that was weirdly filmed, I think, like, really well.
Yeah, I don't think I necessarily like look, I can't say that it's unexpected that that happened,
Right.
but I don't think like in the moment of me watching the movie, I was like just so transfixed almost of like, what the like this is like this just keeps one upping itself. And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit. And then that lady's just screaming,
She's
just like,
freaking out.
and like he is absolutely obliterated on the road. It's just like, oh my god. That's the other thing with this movie. It was like surprisingly gory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't expect that going in.
to be fair, most of it is contained into that and then the
Hmm.
ending.
True, and isn't the bit where he's like,
Oh, and
there's a
when he's
bit where,
headbutting him too.
yeah, when he's headbutting him, but that's the same sort of scene sequence, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, where he's just like he's gone
Yeah,
fully
it's
enraged.
basically Marcus's ending chapter, like the ending
Yeah,
section of his chapter, and then the ending of the movie.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, but anyway, all in all, good movie. Would
It's a
recommend.
really good
I
movie.
think like if you haven't seen Barbarian,
S-
which is to you, which do you enjoy more?
Okay, wait. I was gonna say because you said that you liked this more than Barbarian.
So, okay, I'm in two minds. I'm in two minds. I'm already contradicting myself. I think, okay, put it this way. I've rewatched Barbarian. I don't know that
D-
I would.
to be fair, little bit cheating here. You can't rewatch Weapons right now without going to a theater.
Exactly, exactly. But I think, like, even like all in all, like, having experienced both movies now and having experienced Barbarian twice, like, I think I prefer the from point A to point B of Barbarian as a full movie experience. I enjoy it more from beginning to end. But I think for me, like I said earlier, it's because Weapons is broken up into these
Yeah.
chapters, and it's just like it's this sequence of stuff, and it's like it does all interrelate and connect, and it does ultimately serve itself in the tail end. I just it does feel a little bloated, or like just it overstays its welcome a little bit with some of these characters. Not to say that they're not important, but I don't need to spend as much time in their recount of that day, sort of thing. And yeah, I think that's kind of where I land on it.
Yeah, I think it's you can tell Barbarian is like an earlier movie in a career where
Totally.
he has the one sort of like you have your story and then it breaks and then you have your story.
Yeah,
And then Weapons is like you have your story that doesn't quite finish and then breaks and then you have your story that doesn't quite finish and then breaks.
yeah,
And technically like in a technicality that is like a more advanced storytelling thing to do, especially
yeah,
like they do all like relate and work cohesively together, and like even the times where it's like you get to a point where it's like, oh, I've already seen this from this character's perspective, and then it does fast track until the end of that because it knows it's like you've seen this already, you know how this goes,
yeah,
so
yeah,
here we're going to push you forward to where they break to their separate ways again, which is really nice, but it's just because they have 6 of those, it feels too much.
I feel like
And
there is. Yeah, sorry, keep going.
I was just gonna say, so like from that, like you're sitting down to watch the movie from start to finish. Barbarian is less of that breaking away, and I think yeah, a better just sort of watch.
Yeah, like, yeah, I completely agree. Like, I think we're on the same page here. I think like Barbarian is a more linear sort of just watch. Like,
Yeah,
you can sit down, you kind of know what you're going to be getting. It starts off really like horror movie esque. Like it starts and you kind of feel it immediately. Like, and then like it does have that pivotal moment in the middle where it's like, holy crap, like, where are we? Like, suddenly you're in California with Justin Long, and you're like, who is this guy? And then it ties in, and then it keeps progressing forward. And I think, like, yeah, that's all in all, it's safer. And I think it just serves itself better than Weapons, but that's also not to discredit what Weapons went out to do.
yeah, and that's what I was trying to say. Like it does it well. The only
Yeah.
thing that I think it didn't do well is, and maybe this was just me watching it, but there was a couple times where after it would change who we're watching,
Mm,
it wasn't fully clear on the timeline of when exactly we were watching. Because there was one moment where the druggie and the cop went to the house, and then the cop went in, and then the druggie was stuck in the back seat, and then it went to nighttime, and then the door opened up, and I thought we were going to see the lady with the scissors go to the teacher's car. That's what I thought we were
mm.
going to see, and then we saw the cop coming in. And so it's like it was a little fuzzy on the exact timeline because when it does change, it doesn't say like, "Oh, now we're going to watch the teacher this day and then we're going to the parent on that same day later." Like it's that was the only thing that's just like was a little bit unclear when I was watching.
Yeah, totally. I get it. Yeah, I don't know. They're both good. Like
Yeah.
I do really enjoy his movies. I'm excited for Resident Evil, and Yeah, I don't know. Just wait and see, kind of what that turns into. I think for me, like, and this is a segue to our next bit, like, kind of like this, the other things we've been watching and whatnot. I think when I think about Zach Kreger, this Resident Evil movie, and then recently I watched Predator: Killer of Killers, and this is the animated anthology movie. Um, and basically, it's like three separate stories involving Predator throughout time. And spoiler, Predator always fucking loses. He can never win. And and basically it all kind of ties into this climactic finish at the end. And yeah, spoilers, they Predator loses again. But I loved it. Like, I thought it was so good. I'm not super into animated things. And like that's not to say that I don't enjoy them and I don't think that they're like, very creative and well accomplished or anything like that. I just don't voluntarily go for them. And I was just hearing so much about Killer of Killers, especially Badlands coming later this year. I was just like, all right, I got to watch this thing. Everybody's raving about it. And this is kind of where I see it. Let Zach do his thing. He does it very well. Give him Resident Evil. Let him do it. I have faith. To the same point where Dan, I forget his last name, but this director that's done the last few Predator movies, he can do no wrong. He gets it. Like, this guy gets it. And like as a massive fan of Predator 1 and 2, like we kind of lost the spark a little bit after that. And
A little.
look, a lot. Okay? Like, it was completely gone. It was extinguished. And, you know, his first go at it was Prey. Incredible. Loved it. Not my favorite setting for a Predator movie, but still the combat and the kills, man. Oh my god, that scene with the bear was like fucking insane. And then
I
I'm
still have
like,
to watch that one.
oh dude, you got to like
Yeah, I do.
seriously. Before Badlands, you got to watch Prey, and then you got to watch Killer of Killers, and stick around for the credits in in Killer of Killers because there is some sick tie up stuff. And yeah, anyway, I watched Killer of Killers. It's this anthology. Basically, it goes from Norse Norse time period where they're fighting Predator with like swords and spears and all this sort of stuff. Pretty cool. Go into feudal Japan, and it's like Predator against trained samurai, and it's like, okay, this is pretty sick. Like
I've seen some clips of that.
yeah, like everybody has been wanting Predator in feudal Japan in that time period for so long, and it's good. Like the wait was worth it. Is it short, sharp, and sweet? Yes, but is it sharp and sweet? Yeah, like it's good.
That's what we
And then
want.
probably my favorite one is the final one where it's like 1940s World War. What if Predator was in that time? And basically it's like it's this dogfight between like this Spitfire just on its last legs fighter plane against like this this Predator spaceship that is just, it's got active camo and everything else. And it's sick, man. Like, it is so cool. It's so inventive. And yeah, from there, they basically tie in these three central characters from these different timelines into basically they've been captured by Predator and taken to the homeworld. And they're basically in this like fight for their life moment. And they, spoilers, they band together and they beat Predator
They
because
beat the
Predator
Predator.
can't win. He can't win,
He,
man.
he should win in Badlands, but
Dude, I've been saying he
that's
should win forever. Like,
but he's almost never depicted as the protagonist.
no, nah, it's
He's
true.
almost even like AVP, like they're always depicted as the antagonist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except I think Badlands, but even in Badlands, like I could see them not doing that because it kind of looks like it's more of like the people hunting.
Yeah, I'm really interested because like, is Badlands a direct sequel to Foray?
I think it's supposed to not maybe not be a direct sequel, but I think it's
But
supposed
it's
to
the
be in like the
next
same
in
universe.
yeah, it's like the next in the main line sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not sure that I don't know actually. I'd have to investigate, but I don't know if Killer of Killers is like mainline. I think it is because it ties in at the end to some stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, this this seems like it all comes together and gels.
It
But
probably is just from like the timeline of how these like
yeah,
coming out.
I think also because he's done Prey, he's done Killer of Killers, he's gonna be doing Badlands. Man, this guy, he's not gonna be off the Predator creative vehicle until he makes an AVP. Once he makes an AVP,
We need another AVP though, let's be honest.
and it needs to be good, okay?
Yes.
He's gonna make AVP. I'm calling it now. He's gonna make AVP, and then he can go off and live his life. Until
He's
then,
he
he's stuck.
he's going to do an AVP, he's going to tie it to what the Alien franchise has been doing even though
Yeah, yeah.
they're kind of all over the place, and then they're going to put it back into one timeline and we'll go from there. Let's
And then
go.
we're back at square one, baby.
Hell yeah.
Oh god. Anyway, that's one thing I've been watching, which was pretty notable. I would definitely recommend it. I think you'd,
Yeah,
I think you'd be into it.
it is on my watch list.
Yeah,
Which, funny enough, have it does kind of segue into, have you seen the Alien Earth TV series yet?
I have. Okay, so
Have you? Because I haven't yet.
okay, I have. All right, spoiler free. It good. We're winning.
Hell yeah.
We're eating large, y'all. It's good. It's good. It's good. Okay, so
Is it
basic
all
brand.
out?
No, so they're doing. I think they're
They're doing
doing
like
week.
weekly.
I think they're doing week by week. They did a 2 episode premiere. That came out this week. Uh, and yeah, it's just like it's super refreshing. I think that's my main takeaway from it. As soon as I started
Nice.
watching it, I was like, "Oh yeah, like these
We're
guys
back, baby.
like these guys get it." Like it felt incredibly like it was like being transported back to Alien. It was like, "Okay, cool." And then it did all that, but then it went forward and set itself up as like, here's where we're at now, and here is what you don't know or haven't experienced about this universe, and that's what we're all about. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just like I'm keen to watch more. Um, I do wonder if it's gonna kind of fall under its own weight in the middle, like a lot of these TV shows do. Especially of like big established IPs, and especially for IPs that haven't traditionally been in long form storytelling and television, right? So it's like I can't even think of another example of one that yeah, like I can't. I actually can't think of any that come to mind. It's like we haven't had a Terminator TV show, we haven't had a Predator TV show, as far as I know. We haven't had like, name it, there probably isn't a TV show for it. Or there has been one and it's just completely shat the bed.
Yeah.
Um, but no, like it's good. It is really good. It does a lot of new stuff really well and also pays homage to what came before. And I think that's gonna keep people happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, no, really, yeah, I don't wanna talk about the episodes itself, you should just watch it. Um,
Yeah.
but
I definitely want to.
yeah, it's good. I think it's also gonna be a good one, like, to watch week by week or however they plan
It
to do the release stuff.
it's looking like it because I was just looking it up. There's eight scheduled episodes. The first two, like you said, have been They did the first 2 on the same day, but then after
Yeah.
that, it looks like it's per week.
Yeah.
But
Which is
they've only listed 4, so
yeah, which is what they tend to do. I know that
yeah.
IGN already have like a full seasonal review for it, and it reviewed really well. So yeah, I don't know, just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm just like I'm just cautious of these big IPs that so many people love, and there's so much there already. As soon as they go into this TV territory, it's just like you can't help but
It's
be
not the same.
yeah, like you can't help but be a little worried until you've seen what they're doing, and it's like
Yeah.
okay, this is all right. Um, but yeah, I think they're the two main things I've watched recently um, that are noteworthy. How about you? Have you watched anything?
Not really. I have a lot of things that I want to watch, like
Mm,
Alien, Prey, stuff like that.
yeah,
But I don't think we've watched anything outside of Weapons
yeah.
super recently.
Well, Alien Earth, it's waiting for you, rearing and ready to go.
I do
Uh,
hope that they do the thing where the last 2 episodes come out at the same time.
yeah. Okay. Here's the question for you. I'm I've always been of the opinion that I prefer my TV when it is a week
Week by
by week
week or
release.
binge?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I prefer a week by week because and I'll tell you what, it's simple. It gives me time
To digest it.
to watch the episode, to digest it, to think on it. If I ever want to like, and then if something comes out of that like reflection period, and I want to watch it again, I have time to watch it again. You know, I don't feel the pressure to go immediately watch the next episode. And that's not to say that I don't like binging some stuff. Like, I think about Stranger Things season 4. Their
Yeah.
their whole thing was fucking atrocious because they did like what was it? They gave you 5
The half and
episodes of
half.
yeah, but it wasn't even half and half. It was like, here's 4 episodes, wait a month, here's 2 episodes.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think
just give me the whole thing.
season 5 was going to do the half and half, isn't it?
Probably. I don't know. But like things like that, I think I would just prefer to have the whole thing. Unless you have like this 10 episode run where it's like, all right, we're gonna do a mid-season break and then go from there.
So that's what I was gonna say. Because yeah, looking it up right now, Stranger Things 5, they're doing it in 2 volumes, and
Yeah,
volume 1 is episodes 1 through 4, and then
yeah.
volume 2 is 5 to 7, and then the 8th episode. So they're doing it so that 1 to 4 is going to be a chunk, 5 to 7 is going to be a chunk, and then the 8th episode is going to be on New Year's,
Right.
which
Okay.
I think is awful. Do one or the other. Either like it's just
Yes.
so weird
Just
because
admit.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
regardless of if you prefer the binge or the week to week,
Yeah.
they're doing both and it doesn't make any sense because if you want to like do this big impact where everyone's watching the ending at the same time, then do
Mm,
all of your episodes minus the last 2 or the last 1. And
yeah.
I do think you should bundle the last 2 because usually all the episodes lead up to the ending. The episode before the last is getting to like that very pinnacle point, and then the last
Mhm.
episode is the pinnacle point in the ending. And I leaving people on that pinnacle point just before for longer than a week or so, I think you lose hype on your last episode. So, yeah, I don't mind either way, but I think if you're trying to do like the big sort of like what Game of Thrones was, where every week everyone on the internet watched the show. So it was
Yeah, yeah.
almost like the day the episode comes out, maybe not the day of, people tried to do like the next day or give a little bit of time, but then everywhere on the internet exploded with what happened last night on Game of Thrones. And you can't do that if you're binging the show because
Yeah.
you basically need to watch all of the episodes the day or the weekend that it comes out.
Well, you've got no control over it. Like, at least if you
Yeah,
have, if you have the roadmap and the release schedule for your episodes, you can be like, all right, episode 6 is April 14th. We know that April 14th through until the next episode, the conversation is going to be focused on the show up until that point or
yeah,
before. And that's okay. If it's before, that's all right because it's all serving forward up until that where the current conversation is. But if you release the whole thing, then you're stuck with people that are binging it in a weekend, people that don't have that amount of time and they're binging it or they're not binging it. And it's like, well, you can't like it becomes harder to control. And I'm using control in the best possible way here. It's like it's not to the point where it's like, oh, we want to control what everybody's talking about and where the conversation is. It's like I don't think that is necessarily from that angle all the time, but I think like you're able to execute on your creative vision, everything else surrounding that more if you're stage gating the process a little bit and you're like, all right, everybody's like coming off of episode 5 and there was a cliffhanger that was like really juicy and people are frothing for the next one. There's going to be so much hype leading into episode 6. As soon as episode 6 drops, the conversation's just going to blow up because we know that this thing's coming and we hope they're going to love it. And then if they do or they don't, at least the conversation is like focused around that point. It's not on the finale and then some people are talking about episode 3 and then some people are wherever. So yeah, I'm firmly in the boat of like weekly releases, but I think it depends on what your content is, right?
I was gonna say too. The thing with weekly releases is like if you have that cliffhanger on episode 5, everyone's talking about it, looking forward to 6. If you have a dud episode though, when you do week to week,
Yeah.
you have the potential of if someone was kind of on the fence, they're now dropping it and then they might not pick it back up. Whereas if you have it binged, if you're binging a show and you hit kind of a dull episode, you still kind of watch the next one because it's just rolling into the next one.
Yeah, yeah, you've got that momentum pushing you forward when it's like when you're in that binge mentality. I completely agree because I think back on some shows like Lo- Lovecraft Country. I don't think anybody remembers this show.
I
And
do only because I really wanted to watch it, and then I heard
yeah,
all
yeah,
of the
yeah.
shit on it. I'm like,
Dude, I remember talking to some friends about it when it was starting, and they did. I think they just had it was one episode every week. I don't think they had like a 2 episode premiere or anything. It was before that sort of stuff started happening. But that had such a strong opening, like the world, the vibe, the setting. Like it was just so. It really pulled you in, and you were like, "Yes, this is going to be great, bro." Uh, after episode 1, man, that thing tanked. It was so bad. And I finished it. I don't know why, but I finished it and I can't remember it. It was so bad. It's just like, oh man. So yeah, I agree. Like I think you gotta weigh up what your show is. You also gotta kind of like have a bit of a read on whether your show is good or not. Or like like whether it's good or not to kind of stand up to that level of scrutiny almost. You know, it's like if if you're committing to a week by week release schedule, you've got to have confidence in your content in standing on its own 2 feet and then some to actually keep people engaged and hungry for the next 7 days or however long it is. Because if you lose that confidence in the middle of a season, let alone any spot along, like you're kind of already over.
that's what I did with Walking Dead. I watched Walking Dead season 1 week to week. I was like, this is amazing. Season 2 came out. Like what, just 2 or 3 episodes?
Yeah,
When like everyone dropped it, that's when I dropped it. And like sure,
yeah,
I've heard season 2 like picks it back up later, and then obviously it keeps going. But like,
Yeah.
if you drop a show mid-season, you're not going. Like
Yeah. Nah, I
it's
agree.
hard to do that.
I agree.
And yeah,
It's
you
such a
have to have those episodes that like if you're doing week to week, something has to be worth talking about in every episode, which to be fair, now with how shows are going now, shows are only 8 episodes.
yeah.
If you do
Yeah.
an 8-episode show and half of your episodes don't have their own thing that should generate discussion for a whole week, you probably have to rethink that episode.
Could you imagine if they still made TV to like the old like 22 to 24 episode seasonal structure? Could
It
you
it,
imagine?
it was funny because I think it was like last week or something. I saw a thread that was discussing like because there's a lot of ways it's doing now. Where like we're talking about how you do week to week or
Mm,
like the batch, but right now like you look at like the Wednesday series and the Stranger Things series, you're waiting like 2 to 3 years for 8 episodes. And it
yeah, dude.
used to be like every year it was 26 episodes. The counterpoint was, which I, I don't know, it depends on the show, but the counterpoint of it was I would rather wait 3 years for 8 good episodes than get a bunch of episodes, but half of them are irrelevant.
Yeah,
And
that's yeah, a good one
I
to put.
I get where that argument goes, but I kind of don't agree with it because the 8 episode thing, because your episodes are like longer now,
Mm,
but they don't have as much time to like build anything. And part of it too is like most shows now are written as 1 to 2 season max because they probably just like assume that it's not going to continue past that. Whereas those shows before that was like you would get a season of 26 episodes every year, like Friends and stuff like that. Those like they can keep going kind of because they can.
yeah.
Whereas you have the shows now where it's like the ending is like you can't really do much.
I think there's been such an adoption of this long form storytelling through TV since I guess since Game of Thrones, it was there before. Like HBO were definitely the pioneers of it, at least the good high quality stuff. And I think for me, it's like there's more of that in today's world of streaming and everything else attached to it that like there's just so much more of that. And it's funny because it used to be the inverse where you'd have so many sitcoms, you'd have so much procedural drama like, you know, CSI, Bones, NCIS, all those sorts of cop procedural stuff. And those are still around, but they don't usually stick around as long, or like the only ones that come to mind of recent history are like Nathan Fillion's The Rookie, that's been going for a while now. Um, like SWAT was around for a while, but even that had issues. And then I think like in the sitcom territory, you have like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's probably the most recent one, which obviously isn't going anymore. But that also had its own share of issues. But I think even they struggle more so now than they used to back in the day in keeping with that, you know, traditional a season is a year. Let's 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 be able to produce a season of our show every year consecutively and keep a core sort of story or plot theme whatever as a through line, and just around it we do our thing and we, you know, give them episode on episode on episode, and that's enjoyable. Whereas you can't get away like you can't get away with that in how shows are made today for the most part. Um, you know, like an Alien Earth or like a
I th-
someone else that's come up.
I think that's almost because of the structure of how we watch shows now. Because I was kind of
Oh yeah,
thinking about it.
it's
It's like,
streaming, man.
yeah, it's because you look at something like Netflix, where like a lot of shows are on Netflix or Hulu or Prime or whatever,
Mm.
but it's not accounted for like when you had TV shows back then, you had your cable or whatever. I don't know how to like because I know Netflix doesn't look at basically like continuous streamer or continuous like subscribers. So
No,
because
it's
this was a big thing with like Sandman, because Sandman has got
mm.
its season 2 and then
This
it got
last season
canceled.
too, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was supposed to have more seasons, but then they canceled it after this one. And it was one of the guys that I worked with was saying like he had a friend who worked at Netflix, and they told him like how it's all sorted. And it's basically just like Netflix will take all of the new subscribers, and it's like you have to hit this certain X number, and it's like we'll promote the show. And I'm using Sam as an example because I can very much like this is exactly how it looked, so it seems to track. But they
Mm.
advertise the shit out of your show for the first season, and then you need to get X number of like new subscribers. And it's like cool. So you do that, show pops off, a bunch of new subscribers come, they watch the show, great. Here's your season 2. Season 2 is not advertised nearly as much because it's like people already know what to expect. They know, like, they see the Sandman. Cool, the next season's coming out. Great. They don't need to see it everywhere on every billboard, blah, blah, blah. But then apparently they need to basically hit the same number or more of new subscribers. So if you had joined Netflix to watch The Sandman and you're like, wow, this is awesome, I'm going to keep subscribed to watch all this other shit. And then you see season 2 is like, oh, cool, can't wait for it. And then watch season 2. That doesn't help them make season 3 of The Sandman,
Mm.
which is like, granted, I don't know all the like back end, like
Sure,
business
sure.
plans on how it's all going to work.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the stupidest way.
It's
But
such
like
a
that is exactly like what happened to The Sandman specifically, because like the first season was advertised a shit ton, which is the only
yeah,
reason I even found out about it. Watched it,
yeah,
loved it. Like I just stay subscribed to them, and because we'll just watch whatever. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's just like I don't
Dude, I
like that,
fell
and they
asleep.
can't do that with longer shows.
Dude, it's pretty funny. I fell asleep like 3 times in episode 1 of Sandman. I know, I
Wait,
know.
I think
It's fitting. It's fitting to the
see,
show,
see
but
shut the season 1 or episode 1 season 1 I think, if
sucked.
I recall correctly, wasn't like the best, because I'm pretty sure it was literally just him in the cage the whole time, and then the
Yeah,
ending
yeah,
was
yeah.
when he broke out.
Yeah, I felt like
So
I was
like
in a cage, man.
shut the
I was trying to break out and I just couldn't.
listen, it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, I believe you.
Season 2 hasn't been as good, to be fair.
Well, I mean, like, and like, you can kind of see the track record with these things too. Like, I wonder if Wednesday will get a season 3. I've heard season 2 is not very good, or
Well,
it's like
again,
it's lost a lot of the magic, right?
because I feel like when they write these, they write them as one season, with
Mm,
like the end credit being like, oh, if we get a second season, we can lead into this. But they're written like all
as a
the effort is
single,
put into
yeah,
the
yeah.
season 1, because like they're not guaranteed past that. And
Well, they say that about TV historically anyway. It's like if you're ever writing a show, or you get greenlit for a show at one of these big names or wherever. It's like you put everything into that first season, make sure that you tell the story that you want to tell, because you don't know that you're going to get a season 2. And that's true until today, even more so today, I would say, because of like how they're measuring success of these shows. And it's like
even one season shows that have already been canceled have been good. Like
totally, totally. Like like we could go on about this and the amount of shows that have been canceled after 2 seasons, had a really strong season 1, and then like fell over in season 2. And it's not just Netflix. Like,
Yeah.
Apple have a big season 2 problem. I am convinced. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Severance. Severance season 1, impeccable, incredible, incredible stuff. Season 2, I do really enjoy it, but it is not as strong. It is not as strong. And Silo, season 1, incredible. Made me go and buy a trilogy of books and read them. Insane.
You
Like
could read.
it's dude, even I didn't know. I didn't know until I picked it up. And the thing is, it's like that was such a strong season of television. I was so excited for season 2. I watch it, I'm like, "God, this is boring." Like, it is slow as. And I'm just like, "Man, they have a season 2 issue." But yeah, like, I don't think anyone is free from the new way of measuring success for these TV shows within the world of streaming. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's a constantly evolving thing. Like, I think, we started talking about this by talking about, do we prefer binging a season of television or getting a weekly episode drop? And now we're here. Like, all of this stuff is interconnected, and I think that it's throughout the industry as well. And it's just kind of like, yeah, you got to kind of find what works for you. You'll find shows that do it better than others, and I think ultimately they're the things that you're going to watch and stick around for, and they're going to be memorable to you because of those reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. We've been going for a while already. All right, we should. I got one more like segment thing that I just want to kind of get a bit of a read on, and then we'll kind of do our little. So on the list, a movie nonsense podcast that you've been watching or listening to on your favorite source, YouTube. Actually, it's the only source. Anyway, um, we're gonna try this format of basically like Dovey's going to give me something to watch as we go into the lead in for the next episode, and I'm going to give him something to watch, and that's kind of how we're going to build the basis for our next show to come. And yeah, we're going to test the waters with that a little bit, and see how it works, see what you guys like, and yeah, we'll just kind of ad lib it a bit, and we'll improv. That's what we're best at. We're just fumbling through life, trying to try to make it happen, man.
This is
It's
how we do.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. But before that, things that are coming up. Now, we've talked a lot about Resident Evil, something that we're excited about. Yes. Now, on the video game topics, right? Fallout Season 2. Okay. Have you seen Season 1?
Fallout? Yeah.
Good, 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 good. Season 2, man. We got a poster. That's huge.
Wait, did we get a poster?
Yeah, dude.
Wait, I haven't
It's
seen
like
this.
it's the long walk towards New Vegas. And oh man, I am so excited. So the first teaser
Mhm.
trailer is being shown at Gamescom this week. Um,
Oh, nice. Okay.
so we'll see kind of what it is, but it's pretty clear that it's going to be New Vegas. Um, for anyone at home that hasn't watched season 1, do it. If you're a big fan of the games, do it. If you're not a big fan of the games, do it. Like, it is just really good television, regardless of where you come from or who you are. And yeah, like, as far as video game adaptations go, I think it's the pinnacle, man. Like, I actually do honestly think that it's the pinnacle. It is top shelf. Go on, say it.
I'm just thinking
Yeah,
because that's a big statement to say that's the
yeah.
pinnacle.
You're gonna say
And I'm
Sonic, aren't you?
Sonic is up there. I
Dude,
don't know if
Sonic's
you've
pretty
seen
good.
all three. I've
No,
seen
no
two.
shame on Sonic. Sonic's pretty good.
Sonic
Sonic's pretty
Sonic is
good.
actually really good. Now, there are not many good video game adaptation ones.
Uh-huh.
So you're probably right.
Thank you.
in the sense that it is
Thank
the
you. I
best
needed you
one.
to I needed to hear that from you. Thank you.
I will say though too, the Super Mario movie was pretty good.
Okay. Look. Yes, it was. Imma stop you right now though. A and I'm gonna draw a line in the sand between
Okay,
animated and live action. Okay?
and I was gonna draw a line and say, are we doing movie or show?
No, no, no. I think adaptation is just it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just best adaptation of the source. I think it has to go to Fallout. I do. But that's just me.
I think it is between Fallout and Sonic then.
It's
Because
Sonic. Dude.
Sonic, like I actually like enjoyed Sonic and I really want to watch Sonic.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one. We watched it. I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen 2 or 3 yet. I've heard that they're great. I'm keen to watch them. Again, I don't gravitate towards animated stuff. Like,
Animated.
yes, it's live action, but
Mm,
Sonic's Sonic.
yeah.
Um, and look, before we get all of the fucking hate in the comments being like, "What about The Last of Us?" Yes, I hear
No.
you.
It's
Look,
trash.
The Last of Us
The
season
show's
1,
bad too.
the la this kid, honestly, if I could whack you, I would. Look, season 1 of the show is good. Season 2, that's a whole nother podcast. We're not talking about that now. It's bad.
It's
It's bad with a
trash.
capital B. Um, but no, I am, like, genuinely so excited for Fallout Season 2. I think Amazon, Bethesda, like, that team up, like, I didn't see it being this good, man. I really didn't, and it's good, and I think Jonathan Nolan kind of driving that ship forward, like, Westworld Season 1, man, some of the best TV ever.
Good. Well,
So good.
so that's what I was going to bring up is the fact that like, is it going to hit the season 2 curse and just fall flat?
Look, we've been talking about this Season 2 curse, alright? But, okay, hear me out, hear me out. Westworld Season 2, not as good, but not that bad after you
I
rewatch
did finish
it.
season 2. I did finish season 2 and I did not even start season 3.
Dude, Westworld season 3 is so bad. Like, it is atrocious. But season 2 had some redeeming quality. And look,
But okay, so here's the thing, what's better, season 1 of Fallout or season 1 of Westworld?
oh, Westworld,
Right. So
easy.
you're
Yeah,
already at a higher point, and
yeah.
so your season 2 of Westworld going down, if Fallout goes
Don't
that
do
same
this to me.
look, okay,
Why?
I for full context as well, I'm not the biggest open world fan for like
Yeah,
games, so I
yeah.
don't value Fallout New Vegas. I know again, it's the same with like um Red Dead Redemption, GTA.
Sure,
I know those games are good. I will never say those games are bad. They're not for me.
sure,
So
sure.
I don't have the same sort of like I enjoyed Fallout season 1 and that's kind of it. So I'm kind of like more so expecting season 2 to not go as well.
Like, it's definitely uphill, as these things always are. I think, like, yeah, I don't know. I am hopeful for this one out of any of them, just because Fallout is so it's got such a like the source is really just world, you know?
But
Like
but
they're not trying to tell story.
is that going to bite it in its ass considering they're going to New Vegas, which is from what I've heard what everyone says is the best one.
Yeah, look,
Is it going to hit the issue of like way overhyped and people have their expectations astronomically high?
maybe, but I'm still excited, man. Like,
I mean
okay,
that's fair. That's
look,
fair.
look, 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 look.
I will also watch it as soon as it comes out.
All it needs to do Have death claws.
It is
Okay,
Death Claws.
we're already in New Vegas. Cool, man. Cool. Mr. House. How could he not be? Cool. Now look, Matthew Perry's not going to be able to make a cameo, and that's really sad. But pay tribute. That'll be cool. And the other thing, like, dude, there's so many little interesting stories to the world of New Vegas that they can explore, and just that territory as well. Like, just it's a playground, and I think if anything is to like season one did such a good job of just playing around in that world and doing it justice, but also giving you a fairly good snapshot of these different factions and the characters within them. And I think that like yeah, I don't know. I just think it's so strongly cast. It's so well cast that that's really going to carry it forward into exploring New Vegas. And while there's probably a lot of like pressure there from fans looking in, being like, "Man, you got to nail this. We're expecting big things." I think they all know that. I honestly
Oh
believe that
yeah.
they all know that. Otherwise, they wouldn't have teased it. Like
No.
they know who they're talking to. But I just think as well, like the standout for me from season one was Walter Goggins. His character as the ghoul was
Yeah.
just so like it's a fucking ghoul cowboy, man. It's fucking sick. Like just so good. And that character in the territory of New Vegas and the different sort of like just the different political things going on with that within that territory, the different like players at the table. Huh, funny. But like the thing is just like that character and like the soul of like just him, like it's gonna thrive in that environment so well. And I think like that's just gonna be great. I'm keen. I'm so keen.
To your point too, they do a really good job with, and I think this is what makes it one of the better video game adaptations is they treat like they take the rules of that have been set up from the game and just kind of apply them to the show as well, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
like it's a really good job of being like, yeah, that's how that would be in the game, and they're doing it on the show instead of like trying to tweak it and do their own thing like the Halo show. Um, like
Fucking
keep
hell,
keep
man.
keep the like you don't have to do the same story or anything. You just have to keep the same rules that have been set up. And that's what it does
Yeah,
very well.
yeah. And I think like they've taken that to heart, and where I see it in its purest form in the TV adaptation is that it is fun, it is silly, and it is gory. Like that's
Yeah.
that is like say what you will, ask who you must. That's 50% of it. Like
Yep.
that's 50% of it. Other than that, like, just fill it out with more flavor that complements that, and you're good. You are good. So, yeah, I'm keen for the teaser. I think that's this week. I can't remember when Gamescom is, but it is in this period of August.
Yeah, it's
Um,
if it's not this week, it's next.
I
But
think
I think it is this week.
I think it's already kind of started a little bit. I think opening night live is this
Okay.
week. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so they're showing a teaser there, but yeah, that's what I'm most excited for sure. I'm keen for that. Um, but yeah, how about you? Anything? Anything that we haven't chatted about?
Nothing that I think that we haven't already brought up.
Cool. Alien Earth is your big one.
Yeah, I actually really want to watch that. Um,
Cool, man. Test out.
I
Take
I
take
kind
that
of wish I
TV
could
for a
binge
test
it,
run.
but look.
Watch it week by week, and we can chat about it.
Yeah,
Oh, it's-
that's probably what I'll do.
Yeah,
We
'cause
started, like I said, we started Sandman, but it's not that
hasn't
bad.
hooked you. Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of like we watch it because it's season 2 of Sandman, and both enjoyed
Yeah,
season
yeah.
1, so it's like I'm sure we'll get through it, but it's not like every free moment we're like, let's go watch it.
Yeah, totally. It's just yeah, it's such the thing with these shows. There's so like it's the same thing with games, man. There's so much. There's so
Yeah.
much that you have to like consume,
Balance.
but it's also like, there's so many things that you want to watch and consume, but then it's like, yes, there's a balance to it, but then how do you know what's shit these days? Like, yeah, there's so much
Yeah.
stuff to work through, and it's like you have to just depend on YouTube channels, on podcasters, on just word of mouth for a lot of this stuff. Yeah, listen here, kids, all of you listening at home, we're going to be giving you the real deal in the coming weeks, the good and the bad.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
the but yeah, like it's like it's honestly a bit of a second job to siphon out the stuff that you should actually focus on.
Yeah.
It's just it's work, man. It's hard. Anyway, all right. Last segment, the watch list.
Dun, dun,
Dun-dun-dun. Okay.
dun.
Okay. So, I reckon we just kind of like look. My watch list is fucking absurd. All right, it's
Yeah.
huge. Now the thing is, let's just do this live. Let's figure out the format live. Do we want to like? Do we just want to just pick anything that we want the other person to watch, sort of thing, or do we want to kind of keep it framed within the things that we've talked about? Like, I guess like something similar to weapons. I don't know. What's the vibe? What are you feeling?
I think relating it isn't awful, but then I do think if we relate it,
We
then our
we, we
next
only watch movies like weapons. Could you
I
imagine if
was
like
I was
yeah,
actually going to go like, okay, if we stick to weapons, then we're gonna kind of stick to like horror for a
yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
long
Okay,
time
okay.
until we
No,
branch
no.
off. So I think
Cancel.
it
We're
almost
doing
should
it
be
live.
something. Yeah, it should be something that is not related and just you
Yeah,
should watch X thing, and then
yeah.
the next time we can talk about it.
All right. You actually need to build a watch list so that I can pick shit from it
Look,
because
I
I'm giving
I
you
can do that.
870 plus beautiful options,
No,
and
you
you're giving
haven't
me
because
nothing.
some of some of these haven't been released.
Dude,
And
just give
some
me the
of
Elden Ring
these are
movie. Just give me the
knowingly
Elden Ring
bad.
movie. Just give me the Elden Ring
No,
movie. It's all good.
because then we won't have an episode for like 3 years.
Yeah, true. Okay, okay. Well, I'll start. All right. I'm
you
gonna give you. Actually, no. I'm still thinking. You go.
no, because I was gonna say
No. Okay.
you. So wait. Oh, okay, hold on.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
skimming your watch list right now,
oh, well, I
and I
can't
see
skin
and
yours.
I know, but I'm just saying I'm skimming yours right now,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and Twin Peaks is on here.
Dude, I watched that. What do you mean it's on there?
I know you've watched that.
Oh, wait. Okay. If this is on Letterbox, I think it's the
It
Twin.
is
Okay.
Letterbox.
Okay. Here's some deep Twin Peaks lore right now. Before season one was created, they did a trial of the pilot called Twin Peaks. And that's what that is. It's a single it's a single contained proof of concept for Twin Peaks that was like kind of used as like sort of like can we actually do this thing? Can we greenlight it? Yada yada yada. And as far as I know, it actually went out and you can watch it and everything like that. Mind you, I don't know where to get access to it. But that's what
Yeah,
that
that one
is.
would be a hard one. Okay. Okay.
Don't give me that. That's gonna
I'll
be so hard to find,
I'll
bro.
I'll no, I'm not gonna give it to you, but I will allow you to keep it on the watch list
Okay.
instead of removing that shit because I know you've seen the show.
I love Twin
even
Peaks,
though
everybody.
even though you
I love
didn't
it.
watch the show with me,
Okay, look. Okay, all right. While
some
Dovey skims,
backstory.
while Dovey skims my sum 870. when we were working together, I was like, dude, you got to watch Twin Peaks. It's it's sick. It's the stuff. It's the goods. Like everybody's cooking. Everybody's cooking. And I'm like, hey, we should watch it together. We should watch it at the same time. I think I got 10 minutes into the pilot. And I was like, you know
I
what?
thought you at least
Nah,
finished the
dude.
first episode.
Nah, dude. Nah, I was like, you know what? I've seen this a few times already. Nah. And then I just kind of left Dovey to his own devices and he watched the whole thing. But to this day, as you can tell, he has not let me live that down.
Exactly. And I never will.
And the funny thing is that I actually do feel like watching Twin Peaks. So we come full circle.
All right.
Yeah.
I am going to pick one that
Mm-hmm.
is somewhat related to what we have talked about today. I think it should be related to some stuff that we've talked about today, not necessarily weapons as the big talk, but just
Okay.
something in general. And I'm going to say Sonic
2?
2
Okay.
and 3, but 2 at the
You
very least.
He's already given me a double feature, episode 1. Let's go.
I mean, to be fair, like, yeah, just watch 2
Okay.
because I haven't seen
Sonic.
3 either.
Yeah, okay, we'll do yeah, have you seen Sonic 2?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, Sonic 2. Alright, okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you man, this is hard without a watch list in front of me. I'm gonna give you, looking through things that I've seen this year that Dovey probably hasn't, yada, da, 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 da.
Seen
Um,
everything.
listen here, you little shit. Alright. Okay. Have you seen Mickey 17?
No.
Okay, watch that.
Can you watch that somewhere?
Should be able to. It's on streaming now.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay, hold up.
Oh, it's on.
Let's make sure you can watch it.
It says it's on Crave. Let me check Crave.
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 It's got that crave, baby.
Mickey 17. Oh, I'm not signed in.
Hold up. We're having technical difficulties, y'all. Dovey is signing in to Crave. Yeah, I'm really interested to hear
It is
your
on there and it is watchable. So
Let's go. Alright. So this guy, me, I'm pointing to myself, will be watching Sonic 2. Yay. And
it's good, damn it.
okay, I trust you. I trust
Okay,
you.
okay.
Look, the first movie was good, so I'm sure it is.
Yes. And
Okay.
then I think it'll be so good that I think you'll just naturally watch the third after.
Honestly, there's a high chance of that because if I'm being told to watch 2, I probably will just go watch 3 so that they're done.
To be fair to yeah, I mean, yeah. But also if you don't like 2, then you might not watch 3. But I think you'll like 2. And
Look,
to be honest, if wherever you watch 2, I'm sure 3 is also there, like on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to tell
Honestly,
Nick that I fell asleep in it?
Yeah, do you want me to say the other thing? Jen, I think
I did not.
I think
uh,
fell asleep during Weapons in the theater.
oh, tragic.
No, I zoned out during.
It's to be fair, it was during all of the like chapter switching, and
okay.
it was in between the more like slower ones, like the cop
And the dad.
Right.
Yeah, so it was. Yeah, like again,
Fair
we've
enough.
talked about it already, but like Weapons is really good. There's too many
Yeah.
characters for the chapter swapping.
Yeah.
In a general opinion, but still good.
I have a
But
very
yeah.
short
So-
attention span.
So she did fall asleep during Sonic 2, but I think it's still good.
Well, I'll let you know how many times I doze off.
It'll be none, or I'll smack you.
Okay, so I'll be watching Sonic 2 for next. We're going to be doing fortnightly episodes, everybody. So next episode, I'll be watching Sonic 2, and Dovey will be watching. I've already forgotten. Mickey
And
17.
then this will be on top of like if we watch something new
Yeah,
or
yeah.
X,
So
whatever.
yeah, so the format is basically, I mean, kind of what we did today. We'll be better about timing it and structuring it and having
Will
like
we?
actual. I don't know, bro. Look, listen. I want to say yes, but the honesty is that
I want to be real and
nah.
say no.
Yeah, yeah. Like honestly, nah. Like this is it. If you're on board, sick. We'll see you next time. If you're not, well. It's been
Bye.
real, man. Yeah, gotcha. But yeah, anyway, I've been your host, Nick. Yep, that's me. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Nick Starachek. Look, we're gonna put it in the thing.
It'll be
It'll
in
be
the
a lot
bottom.
easier to find because I ain't spelling out my last name for you. And
I'll
Dovey,
also
where can
get.
they?
I'll
Yeah,
get my letterbox
yeah. Look,
going.
Dovey
I
doesn't have a profile picture on his
I
letterbox, so
wait. Do you? Oh, you do. Damn.
yeah, dude. It's the
Look.
one where I'm looking at the camera and it says shit. It's brilliant. It's perfect.
Don't I have a watch list? Hold up.
Nah, dude. Nah, dude.
Watch list. I'm clicking it.
Anyway,
I don't. I thought
Dovey's
I made one.
Dovey's gonna add stuff to his watch list so that Nick isn't fumbling around in the middle of an episode trying to find
I don't
something for him
know.
to watch.
I kind of liked that part of it.
Look, I had fun too. Not gonna lie.
But yeah,
But
I'll
yeah,
figure. I'll figure it out.
this has been us. And yeah, until next time, remember, it's on the list. Bye. Bye.